That is some hot tea. Where'd you get the water for that, son?
What I found with these cups, I think they're like single layer. They're very, very hot.
Oh,
so you have to have two, which isn't good for the environment.
I did feel like I was lifting a Capri Sun across the table that was full of hot tea.
Yeah,
so
it's not good.
It's like an open Capri Sun that I have to carry.
Have you restocked those? Because we used them all when we were eating popcorn out of them.
Yeah, they have been restocked. There's well, I better not say how many there's out there. There's a good few.
I know you won't let me buy a van, but how about we buy mugs?
There's actual mugs out there. I just, these are handier for cleanup.
Yeah, but obviously, yeah.
Yeah, but we can get like one with your face on, one with John's face on, one with my face on.
But where do they stay?
So far, we've spent over €3,000 on this podcast, and we haven't made a penny, Bertie. Stop buying cups.
Well, did we not make 30 cent or something? Was that the earnings?
No, we have 1731 Swedish money.
What does that even mean?
I think it's like €3.
Krona. No, that's what's Swedish money?
It begins with an S. SK, I don't know.
All right.
Swedish krones? I don't know.
Maybe Swedish is it krona?
Krona.
That's Denmark, isn't it? Krona.
No, that was the pandemic, Scotty.
All right.
Jesus. Get it right.
Speaking of which, that's all over now. There's a load of people
That was over like a month ago.
It's done.
Yeah.
Done and dusted. Ed Sheeran's tonight. There's a billion people in a stadium in Dublin.
Oh,
I think everybody in Ireland is going to Ed Sheeran.
Apart from us, apparently.
The next thing will be called like the Sheeran 01 coronavirus.
Yeah, it's coming. There was a lady...
Or the Ed Rona.
Where was she from? Somewhere in Eastern Europe. An old blind lady who predicts stuff. And she predicted another wave of a pandemic.
Yeah, but she's dead.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
All right. Maybe it was her personal pandemic, maybe, that she saw.
They looked her up and she's dead, apparently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was on the radio.
I shouldn't laugh at that, actually. That's not good.
No. What did she die of? No, like, it's very sad that she died, and I hope.
I don't know. She was blind. She probably walked into a wall or something.
Oh, Bertie.
As I was apologising to the family, and you said that.
Well, Romania isn't one of our top countries, so I don't think anybody listens.
But even if there's one listener in Romania, I apologise profusely.
Like the one listener in Norway.
Yeah.
Welcome to episode 26. It's the JB Waffle Hour. It's big because it's our half birthday. And although yous were reluctant to celebrate it,
yes,
yous aren't too reluctant to eat the buns that we got.
Let's put it this way: we weren't as excited as you were, but however we're going along with it, it's like
26 weeks.
When your child Scotty brings you out something, look what I drew.
Yeah.
And it's
that's great.
Oh, we can put it on the podcast fridge.
You put it in the fridge for 4 or 5 days till I forget, and then slip that thing in the bin.
So happy half birthday to us.
Do you know what a half birthday is? It's like a fella. I'm going to talk from experience here. It's a fella who isn't that tall, who's like, oh yeah, I'm 5'7.5". You're counting the inches there. You're desperate for a birthday.
Well, I just thought it was a nice milestone because, like, when we started.
Did you say milestone?
Milestone,
not stone mile, no.
No, because that's a saying, so that's you can't copyright that.
It is a milestone, yeah.
A kilometre stone.
I've got a cool thing about a saying at the very, very end that we have to.
So we'll do the news, the review of the week, because it's actually been a while because we done two quite close together. So I'm sure a lot of stuff has happened.
Yeah.
Then we have
much.
own segment, which are you going to use the name I gave it?
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
That's brilliant.
Are we going to go with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
It only took me 3 weeks.
I was looking at the picture and I was considering putting it as my Instagram thing, and I was like, my family are on Instagram. No, I'm not going to do it.
There's a logo and everything. Who did them?
It's brilliant.
Who did the graphics? You?
Yeah,
you did that.
Genius.
That's my department.
Yeah, that's really
you
really
got
good.
The font of OnlyFans perfect and everything.
Close enough. Yeah,
it's pretty good.
Put the little padlock in there as well.
Enough that you wouldn't get sued by OnlyFans.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Just enough.
Big competition to Only Grands.
Yeah.
Only Grands?
Only Grands, yeah, grannies.
Doing grannies too?
Doing OnlyFans style stuff, but it's called Only Grands.
Oh my god.
Why, the knitting? Showing you how to knit? Like a loop stitch or something?
You're going to have to subscribe.
I'm really hoping that there's not a future segment called Only Grands. I really don't want to do that.
I'm distancing I'm out.
Well, I have to now. Now that I'm officially the bad boy of Tinder. I'm a wanted felon.
Oh yeah, well don't ruin that. Leave that for your segment.
It's coming,
so that we don't do things backwards.
Okay.
And then you're laying down the challenge for Johnny today in the waffle game later on.
Okay. Yeah.
Because
I'm ready.
I done you last week.
You did. You did me well. 3 out of 5 I got.
Yeah.
I was surprised about that.
Scottish towns. So.
Looking at it there, I think you'll do okay at that actually. Yeah. I'm predicting you're going to get 5 in this.
Really?
Yeah. actually. And it's not one of those things where, do you remember the last time I was like boy racer cars? I was quite ashamed of that one. Where
I was
two of them weren't boy racer cars.
Not really. Classic cars, really nice
quite
cars.
awkward actually.
Yeah, it was very
Not
awkward.
boy racers.
Yeah.
My family were nearly kicking me out in the street.
Yeah. As they should.
Should we give just a shout out to where we got the buns?
Yeah, go for it, man.
Oh, I thought you were going to do it because you went and got them.
Well, I'm currently eating one of the
Good
buns, so
order.
you better do it.
Bought these actually.
So-
Who do I owe money to?
No, it came from the podcast.
Came from the kitty.
Kitty, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant.
Because we're not on minus figures because I have yet to buy the van.
Oh yeah. You've pre-ordered. We're on finance.
What's your one's name? Neve. She'll get our socks.
Oh, Neve's gonna get her socks.
Neve is going to get our socks.
Excellent.
She'll have to. Well, hopefully she still listens. She'll have to take a picture.
Oh.
They don't have to be on or anything, just to prove that we actually did send them.
No,
to
put them on. Put them
Come
on.
on.
Okay, Neve.
Yeah.
People are into
There you
that.
go, Neve. You can put them on. When you
Either
get
on
them.
your feet or on your hands. Either one.
Yeah. So just to prove that we
Fair play.
do uphold our end of the deal of sending out the socks when people send us in interesting stuff.
Yeah.
So she was one of your OnlyFans.
One of my only fans. Yeah. She was very helpful. Yeah. In fairness to her.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Bakelicious on Navan Street.
It's Old Corn Market in Navan.
So just down from the Mead Music School, Music Academy.
Yeah.
And we got a lovely selection. That looks like my headphones is very short, so I'm going to try and peer into the box from here. What did you just eat?
A piece of a Mars on top of a
That's a Mars, so that's a cupcake.
Mars cupcake.
We have a red velvet cupcake.
Yum.
What did you eat, John?
I had like a mini egg. Probably looked like it was an Easter themed bun.
Oh, what's this? This is a Malteser, is it?
That looks like a Malteser, and then there's a red velvet one.
Yeah. What's that one on there?
That looks like Twix or something.
Oh, it's Twix. It's not a Drifter.
Oh, it's Kinder Bueno. Kinder Bueno.
Oh,
Kinder
buenos.
Bueno.
And a Rocky Road and a
Why
caramel
didn't I pick
slice.
that one?
Did you specifically pick those, or was it just give us a selection?
I just said, give us one of each of those there.
Oh,
and she was
excellent.
like, okay. And then they put them in the box. And then I ate one.
You didn't get her
I was
name,
like,
no?
you better give me another one of those ones. Huh?
You already ate one before.
No, I didn't.
All right.
Did you have any half birthday signs or?
She didn't actually. That was interesting that wasn't a thing.
Okay.
And I suppose, well, we could have got the buns and halved them.
Yeah.
We should have
Half of one for your half birthday.
Yeah.
What age are you now? Are you you're 35 and a half, are you?
36 and a half. Hang on. No, not till June.
You're 30.
That'd be 6 months then, yeah. That'd be my half birthday.
Are you 36 and you're 36 now, are you?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, we're the same age, yeah. We have to talk about the old...
I won't get as angry as you one got with Ryan Tuberty though.
I didn't see
missed
that.
it.
Yeah,
did you?
me either. Yeah, what happened there?
Oh, is her name Jamie Lynn, is it?
From Dairy Girls.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right.
And Tuberty asked her what age she was. And
What's wrong with that?
yeah, well, I suppose I'd say if she was in loads of interviews that week and got asked the same question maybe in every interview, but if it was related to just like your age makes you either a good or bad actress,
Oh.
that might be mean.
But was she playing a younger person?
Yeah,
in the show?
so what Turbiddy
Right.
was trying to get was, I don't know because we'll never know now. He says, oh, and what age are you? And I don't know what age she'll say. She's, oh, I'm 30. And she says, oh, and you play a 17-year-old quite well. Like, how do you get in the mindset of that, and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, fair point.
Yeah, so I thought that's probably where he was going with it. But then she got offended over
Right.
because maybe, now I
Yeah.
wasn't in the interview, so maybe that's the way.
We don't know the full story, I suppose.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
Don't wanna
came
take a
across.
side.
Because like I said, she could have been in loads of interviews that week, and like that, the age thing was brought up for like bad reasons or whatever.
Was this live TV?
Yeah.
Oh.
So you see, you can't back out of it then, like.
That's it. You're in full
We've
swing.
got to stay
Yeah.
neutral on this.
Yeah. No, I don't want
so
to take sides.
it's hard to know because you never know what line of question Tuberty was going to
Never
go,
know.
but you can see why someone gets offended over that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so
Lesson learned.
that
Yeah.
is some standing on a fence there.
Have you watched any of the new Dairy Girls?
Yeah. I watched the first 2 episodes. It's really good.
Haven't seen any Dairy Girls.
Oh, it's really good. Yeah. I wouldn't put it up as... it's not as good as Father Ted now, but it's
No.
very good.
Yeah, they seem quite short episodes. I know they're only half an hour, but they do seem quite short.
Yeah, they go very quickly.
And the season isn't that long either.
No.
I'd like to think maybe without the pandemic there might have been another season, but season 3 is going to be the last one because obviously they're getting older as well. So
Yeah,
it's
you
hard
can't
to
shoot that
delay.
forever.
Yeah,
Tommy Tiernan is great in it.
Yeah, but it's same with all that. Oh, he actually has an episode. I think it was the last episode. He's in it quite a lot.
All right, okay.
So it's like a him episode. I don't know.
Yeah, I like him.
But he's really good at it. But all those things like you're never the age that you're meant to be. I don't know if you've ever watched One Tree Hill.
I am always pretending to be
Never got
younger
into it.
than I am. If that's any consolation.
Because that was about high school kids. And like Chad Michael Murray was in his mid-20s playing like a 17-year-old. The only person in One Tree Hill that was actually their age was Nathan Scott. What's his real name? Can't remember his real name. He was actually 17 or 18 when in it. Everybody else was in their mid to late 20s. Like.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the actors that you're getting as your main crew. And then you'll base everyone else around that, I suppose. But I've seen a lot of teen drama type stuff recently, and they all seem to be teenagers anyway.
Yeah, well, All American, that is that was high school. Now they're in season 4. They're going to college, but they're all like in hitting the 30 mark. I think one of them is like 35 or something.
Is that reality TV?
No, All American is just about American football. Like,
oh, I thought that was a reality show about a high school. All right, no, okay, yeah, I've obviously got it wrong.
It's like a TV show version of Last Chance U.
All right, very good.
Which is Netflix, which is real. So they are actually their age.
Will we do news? Okay, so I've got a few things. There's not a whole lot of news actually this week. You were saying that there would be tons of stuff, but there's I wasn't really.
Maybe I built this up too much.
Yeah, I wasn't picking up an awful lot. I've got a few small little things, and then I'll keep it nice and short. I'll start with a Netflix recommendation.
Excellent,
if you don't mind. Have you seen? Speaking of age, have you seen Old Enough?
No.
Oh my God! So Old Enough. As a parent, this scared the absolute bejesus out of me.
Movie or documentary?
No, it's a series,
right? And
it's like a reality series. So what the premise
is it reality based or is it actually reality?
Well, I'm about to tell you. Yeah, no, it's actually reality. It actually is. So the premise is they send toddlers, 3 to 5 year olds, out into the world without parents, without anyone, to go and do chores.
Like drawing silage.
And they set up cameras. No, not as big as that. But like something like going down to Navan to get like meat.
Like within walking distance?
Yeah, pretty much.
Not hopping into a car like?
No. It's within walking distance.
Nice.
But they just kind of set up cameras along the way, and then they follow them around and see what kind of mischief and stuff they get up to. Brilliant. And I guess they're within distance where if something happens, they can kind of swoop in. But it is terrifying and brilliant at the same time. It's class.
It's like a white nondescript van pulled up, you said.
Yeah, well, like that's when I first started watching it. I was like, there was people walking up beside the kid and stuff, and like cars pulled up. Like, oh my God, I was sweating watching it. But it's actually
imagine
brilliant.
A lot of people stop and go, what are you doing on your own? But then what, the directors have to fly over and say, leave them alone?
A lot of I imagine so. There's a lot of outtakes.
If you've seen a kid going down on their own,
now
would you go over?
Keep in mind, it's in China. There's quite a lot of people in China.
Okay.
Tons.
Okay, so it's China.
So it probably maybe a little bit more common to see a little child walking around the street, maybe.
Oh, maybe.
Different culture,
no
perhaps.
Brothers and sisters, because they're all one kid families, aren't they?
Yeah, 1 or 2, I think, isn't it? Is it 2 is the maximum?
Oh, I thought it was 1.
No, I think they brought it up.
Oh.
Again, I'm talking right out of my arse, so I'm not sure.
It's China, though. It's interesting because
it's China.
Most kids like start college when they're 5.
Yeah, I suppose, actually.
The geniuses, math geniuses.
Now, the ones that I've seen so far are all brilliant. Like, they're able to go in and they'll remember to get, like, this kid this morning was like, he was to get 60 grams of pork cheek, I think is what he had to ask for. And he walked there, got the pork cheek.
And he came back being able to play the piano.
Well, he did. He took a little sidebar into a shop, and he got a little roll for himself, and he sat down in the steps and started eating the roll because he got hungry halfway through. Amazing. And then he went and, it's class. It's one of the best shows ever.
Okay, right, it's on the list.
Old Enough on Netflix.
It's better than that other queer yoke. What was it? What was that other thing that was?
Did I recommend something bad?
No, that was dubbed. Remember, it was all big. Squid Game.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's just
load of rubbish.
No good.
Yeah, I think I watched 3 episodes of it.
Oh, you got further than I did.
Yeah, and I tried watching the first episode, gave up on it, but then I said I'd give it another go. And we got to the 3rd episode, and
it was quite highly acclaimed. No,
I think it was just cool to watch.
All right, okay, it was one of those fads.
That's why I tried watching.
Oh, I bet her like it because everybody else likes it.
Yeah. My daughter came home. I didn't know anything about Squid Game, and my daughter came home. She's like, oh, "Can I watch Squid Game?" A lot of the kids in school are watching Squid Game, and she's like 10. Maybe she was 10 at the time.
But I think what they're watching is like there's a lot of YouTube themed videos about Squid Game,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they don't show the violence.
All right, okay.
Like
okay.
a lot of YouTubers be having Squid Game games and stuff like that. But yeah, my daughter knows about Squid Game. Like
She does?
yeah, like she's only 7, and
Jesus.
she knows about Squid Game, but she doesn't know of the Squid Game that's on Netflix. She just knows that
It's
there's
that big.
YouTube, like Minecraft. There'd be Squid Game costumes in Minecraft.
That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
That it's infiltrated
Roblox and
that
stuff.
age group. But that's how you
Weird.
get viewers, I suppose.
Yep.
But yeah, brutally violent. I looked up pictures of it, and there was lots of things that I was
Very
like,
violent.
"You're not watching that."
Mm.
Okay.
I think there's more memes and gifs from it than anything else, to be honest.
Oh,
Yeah. Mead Ladies, Division 1 champions.
Oh, out. Yes.
That
They had their presentation night last night.
That was last week.
They got their medals.
Or was it the week before, actually?
No.
I don't know where we are anymore in
it
terms
was
of
last
time.
Sunday.
Yeah. And how are the Offaly ladies doing?
Offaly ladies played the first round of the Leinster Championship last week against Wicklow and bet them by 5 points.
Oh, lovely.
So they're playing Laois tomorrow. Although if people are listening to this on Wednesday, well done to Offaly ladies for beating Laois.
Right.
Controversial.
I'm just being confident there. It's a good 3-point win.
And what's the next step after that then?
Louth is next Sunday.
Right.
And then win that. If we win tomorrow in a semi-final, don't win tomorrow, can still beat Louth next week and be in a semi-final.
Right.
Because we've won win under the belt.
Right.
I didn't do a whole lot now. I was watching.
Well, in fairness, your like strength and conditioning and
Yeah.
like that's a big part of playing the game, I
Yeah,
suppose.
it all falls under like
It's-
the fitness bracket. Or
in my
whatever. It's a bit
opinion,
more
it's
specific than that.
Probably
but-
the most important part of coaching.
yeah, they're doing well. Like, kept a clean sheet. Goalkeeper didn't have to do anything terrible in goals, which is great. Reflection on the defending, because one of the things they said about the league final was that the 4 goals that went in, that we can't really be doing that in intermediate championships. Like, so the lads work really hard getting them ready for that and getting the defensive unit well. Got their matchups really well as well, because Wicklow's quite a tall, strong team, like,
Yeah.
and they never even got in for a shot on goal. Like,
Is
so.
there ever any hairdryer moments in the changing room? Can you give us any back?
Well, I don't
behind-the-scenes
go in
goss?
at half time, and I rarely go in after the game, because basically, like, my work isn't to do that once I have the warm up done and all that. Like, so I'm not involved in like team selection or tactics. So I went in after the league final, just to say well done to them or whatever.
Yeah.
The lads put me on the spot to say something. I pulled out some cliches about good teams and etc.
Your calves are very important,
Yeah.
and your thighs have to be well
In
toned.
saying that, people actually, for sprinting, your calves are actually very important, and people always forget about their calves. So that was a good pick up there, Scotty.
Thanks.
Fair play to
Well
you.
done, Scotty.
I did that on purpose.
Well done, Scotty. Teacher's pet.
Sorry.
So tell me about, so you're a strength and conditioning
Yeah.
coach.
Yeah.
Like, I understand the strength part.
Yeah.
Conditioning.
Well,
What's their hair got to do with that? What's the story?
well, most people do like the shampooing, and then they always forget about the conditioner.
I
and
do know it's
that's highly important.
Like, it is important.
And does your girlfriend mind that you have to go around to all their houses conditioning their hair?
Well, I only give them the bottle. What they do with the bottle after that is up to themselves.
The arm comes out of the shower. Birthday!
That's it. I make sure they're restocked.
After you win a game, girls, your hair was mad.
Imagine it was all just
The
hair.
way it was
the
wavy when
strength,
you were running with the ball.
strength of your
Yeah.
hair,
I
conditioning.
seen the evening hurled, and you had a great photograph. Laura, your hair was absolutely stunning. It was just the way it was flowing.
Stun hun.
I'd like to thank God. I'd like to thank Bertie. That's right, the conditioning coach.
And your calves were stunning. as
Well, the conditioning part of it is just like, that's where the sport specific thing comes in to
Right.
make sure you're conditioned, because obviously you have to be in a different condition to play different sports.
Oh, so it's about your condition.
yeah.
So you're improving their condition of healthiness and sportiness.
Yeah, pretty much like. So there's a certain way to train for running in GA that wouldn't be the same to like soccer or rugby. And rugby and soccer are very much more position specific, where the GA, there's not much in between. Like, obviously defenders have to be able to defend a little bit better, but depending on what system you're doing, forwards need to be able to defend the same. Forwards need to be able to score, but also defenders now need to be able to score as well. Like, so the only really position now that's left in GA that's really specific is your goalkeeping.
Right.
But would you be teaching them how to like shove stronger and push forward?
Well,
stronger?
I lay out their gym programs and make sure they're doing them and keep tabs on them and change them when they're injured, or change them depending on their gym, or some of them had to isolate too, so I had to change it with no equipment.
Were you
or
doing
training
Zoom online kind of group stuff?
No, I use TeamBuilder, like, so I just put everything up on that, and then they log into their own app for TeamBuilder, and they'll see what sessions they have to do, and they have to log all that.
Oh,
and
what
then
they've
at the
done.
end of every week, then I can do a completion report to see who logged in and done their stuff.
Very
I send
good.
it on to the lads.
Jesus,
good.
brilliant. And what are the ramifications of not completing that? Is it that kind of you'll be dropped straight away type of thing?
Not at the moment, but the lads do tell them. And then if it goes on over a few weeks, then we have a dressing down after trains, and like, you have to do this and all that, because you're always looking for that extra percentage, you see. And strength and the conditioning part of it is like more percent. So like, you can be really fit, but then can you take a tackle? Can you break a tackle? And also, the stronger you are, the quicker you recover. So if you had a really hard game, your muscles will recover that little bit quicker from it. And it's about the efficiency of recovery then as well, which is important too, and that comes from your strength. So you want to jump higher, run faster, run longer, break the tackle. That's all your strength and
And that's
conditioning.
your
like.
responsibility.
Yeah.
Very good.
Now, we got a good base in November, December, but obviously it's year and year that you have to keep building on that. So when everything's over and they come back together, probably mid-October, they'll be back into full-on gym for a couple of months, and then it's about maintaining. So whatever gains you make in pre-season, you have to maintain it over the season, which is probably the tougher side of things.
And what type of base? Like a tree house?
No, like, if, say, you were putting up a greenhouse and you needed a good solid base, so like, you'd have to put down 8 or 4.
What a segue that was.
And whack it down.
Whoa. Personally attacked.
Whoa. Unbelievable.
So, John, have you put down the base for your greenhouse?
Today I was working on my greenhouse base today. Yeah. So all dug out by hand. I have the base down, 804 down, whacked it. So once after this podcast,
Whacked it.
whacked it
There's a H in there.
with a whacker.
You didn't whack it, you whacked it.
Terrible for a podcast
Whacked
saying
it.
that into the mic.
Whacked it. Whacking.
You rented a whacker.
Yep. So I have that, and yeah. So that's so just 804,
Do-
and then I
Do we shout out to the hire company?
no.
Okay. If there's any hire company in the Mead area who is missing a whacker,
You know who you are.
I can't technically give them a shout out because it was behind. It wasn't on the books.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, fair
yeah.
enough, fair enough.
Wasn't on the
Apologies, put you on the spot there.
Yeah.
It wasn't on the books.
Fair play to whoever that was who put that through.
But thank God to my friend that works behind the counter of that AB hire.
No.
No
one heard that. No,
No, not that one. Another one. But so looking forward to getting that done.
You're going to put your sand down next.
Sand next.
And did you
then-
put your screeds down, your timber footings, like?
No.
Okay.
Why was I meant to do that?
Yeah, to build up your sand.
YouTube didn't tell me that.
So you should have put like the
I'm just going to
timber.
use the edges of the soil.
No, so you put your timbers up first, and you build up the 804. You whack that down. You put the sand in then to build up to get nice and level. You'll whack that down. Then you'll re-level it, and then you'll put your slabs down. And when you take away your timbers, you'll mix a bit of concrete
Yeah.
and pad the concrete around the edges, and that'll stop everything from shifting.
Probably. It's probably
In my non-expert opinion, of course. I'm
the
not an
horse
expert.
has bolted, so I'm probably just going to continue on because I'm not going to find a hardware tomorrow to get wood. So the worst case scenario, I'm going to pour my sand down and use the soil as the wood edging.
Okay, so you dug down a lot.
I dug down a good bit. So right now
Okay.
I have 70 mil left. The slab is 50 mil, and then I'm going 20 mil of sand.
Okay, so it's 20 minutes long. But it's going to be
Sorry.
very level with the ground then. So you might be okay with the shifting.
Well, yeah, and then I'm going to do the concrete obviously inside then.
Okay.
But again, there's not going to be people eating on it. It's just a greenhouse.
Yeah, it's just a base for a greenhouse.
Just a greenhouse base.
The leaning greenhouse of
Yeah.
Kildalkey.
Yeah. If it does start to lean, it's within the greenhouse, so nobody will know.
Yeah.
My important thing is to get the lean, to get the water to run off it.
Yeah, so a slight fall.
That's why you didn't put in the edgings.
Yeah.
Is to get that
why
lean.
I didn't put in the edging.
Perfect,
Why didn't I
works
think
out.
of that when you was telling me
What's
that?
your patio slabs? Are they like a design
Square.
on them? Are they smooth?
They are roughly smooth. Rough. I don't know. They're smooth. Yeah, smooth.
There's no design on them, like, or
No. Sorry, I
Okay.
didn't go for the designed one.
no. I'm just saying that wouldn't be great because you need the smooth ones, otherwise the water's not going to run off them.
Oh,
But
I
the
know.
But what's going to be within the greenhouse? There's going to be no water on them other than the edges.
But how are you going to water your plants?
And where are you going to pee?
But the water
Yeah, where
doesn't
you gonna
come
be?
up from the bottom.
That's true.
Yeah, I have to walk into the greenhouse and water the plants.
Oh,
Yeah.
are you asking where the water after that then goes?
Yeah,
Surely the plants will drink the water.
No, if you
Drink it, plant. Drink it.
what if you overwater them and water spills out?
Well, you have to be very
Well, I'll
measured.
be
about your-
manually watering them,
Okay.
and I'll just like
As long as the plants in the greenhouse are okay.
they should be fine.
What plants are you planning on growing? Oh, is this to have garnishes and stuff for gin stuff?
A quarter of it will be garnishes for the gin
Right.
stuff hobby, but the rest of it is the wife loves growing stuff.
Right.
So
Like kids.
yes, yes, and but tomatoes, cucumbers, all that jazz. I'm a bit on the skeptic side of greenhouses and growing veg. Like I just don't comprehend like 6 months growing tomatoes. Of mining it every single day, and you get like 5 tomatoes.
Yeah, you can just buy them down in Tesco's.
That's it. They're gone.
Yeah.
They do taste nicer though. I grew ones last year.
There's a certain...
You did grow a load of stuff last year. Actually.
Yeah, didn't get around to doing anything this year. I needed all the grass I have for my sheep. Finished with 19 lambs too.
lovely.
Nice,
Yeah.
19.
So we went over 100% or 200%.
That's amazing.
Unreal.
That's not bad.
All with your stamp on them. Or do they have... They don't have any codes, barcodes and stuff? That's your barcode, is it?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
when I put the tag on there, yeah.
Yeah. And have you done that?
Not yet. No.
By the way, I was talking to someone during the week.
Don't you point your finger at me.
Sorry, I did a click as well though. He was saying that it is quite common that you'll get someone coming up, or you probably know who it is I'm talking about, someone who'll come up and take those tags off and steal your sheep, so to put paint markings on them.
Oh yeah, I have.
As well.
I have them all numbered now, and I got new orange paint to put an M on it.
Have you got past 5 yet?
Yeah.
Before you fall asleep.
No.
We've made that joke so many
Oh.
times on this
I
podcast.
have
That took
9.
me a minute.
I have 9. So like I put 1 on the sheep, and then I put 1 on the 2 lambs, and then 2 on the sheep, and 2 on the 2 lambs.
Clever.
So you know which one's
Have you?
which.
Sorry, go on.
In all seriousness, though, can you look out the window and count your sheep when you're tired? And like, can you look out the window and see your sheep?
Well, you shouldn't be standing when you're doing it. That's
Very
dangerous.
Remember Mr. Bean did it? He put the picture in front of him.
Oh, did he?
Oh yeah.
Remember Mr. Bean did that?
I didn't know.
He was trying to go to sleep,
Yeah.
and he got this giant picture. It must have been about 2,000 sheep in the picture.
Right.
And yeah, he just put it in front of him like on a paint stand or something like that. Started counting them and just fell asleep within 5 seconds.
It's brilliant. Ron Atkinson is a genius, I think.
Yeah, and I always thought, I think that's like Fire Ted and Derry Girls too. You think that there's loads of them,
Yeah.
and Faulty Towers
Not
too.
that many, yeah.
But there's
Faulty
not
Towers
actually that
great.
many
Yeah.
episodes.
40
Yeah.
towers.
Whether it's just with that kind of thing, you just have to hit it quick, hit it hard.
They're the
and
best
then
ones. They always are. Breaking Bad,
You can't
same
go
thing.
that long. Like it's not like Big Bang Theory or Friends or whatever, because
Yeah.
they're like sitcoms or whatever.
Don't kill it off. Same as Dexter. Did you ever watch Dexter, that show?
Great
It's
TV.
It's brilliant. But the last few
There's a
ones,
spin-off. Do you hear about that?
the newest, the New
newest
Blood.
Dexter,
I think I saw that one. Yeah, where he's
haven't
off.
where he's like, the next life he's on.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I haven't seen it yet.
Eh,
There's a new Better Call Saul out.
It's
I'm
okay.
looking forward to seeing that.
the 2 guys are going to be appearing in that as well.
The Mexican guys.
No,
No way.
yeah, Jesse and
No way.
What's his
Start
name?
Watching that tonight.
Bryan Cranston.
Brian Cranston, whatever his character was. I can't remember now.
I'm gonna have a cocktail.
But
and
they're-
I'm gonna sit in the sofa and watch Better Call Saul.
They're going to be in it apparently. I was in the middle of news. Sorry.
Go.
Okay, I was going to say.
Oh, we're not finished news?
No.
Oh
I've
my
just
God.
got. I've just got. I'll do one. Nah, I'll do one more. Yeah.
Okay.
Just a quick one. The coming to Dublin is the Dublin's first and only women's only nightclub. Do you see this?
Lesbian bar.
No. Women
Archie.
only. Well, no, you can go into a lesbian bar if you want to. I was in a lesbian bar for. Yeah, it's quite interesting. It's just a gay bar. I know.
Oh yeah. So is like a gay bar like for all gays,
Yeah.
or is there like a lesbian and like
all
a
of the
spe-
gays in the village can go into the gay bar.
Just wondering.
all of the gay.
And straight people can go into gay bars as well. But
Yeah.
in saying that, you stick out like a sore thumb. Like if you're even like, I wouldn't be the most manly man.
Yeah.
I would, I could probably pass as gay sometimes, if I wasn't so badly dressed.
You are flamboyant. to be honest.
Yeah.
But it is like.
But
Sure-
I did
sure,
stick out in the
like-
George, unbelievably.
Oh, okay.
Everyone knew.
But like, not all gays are like a stereotypical gay, though. No, you don't have to be a certain kind to be gay.
No, but I think it was just the way that I was kind of looking round as well. My eyes were wide, and I was trying to like see everything that I could see.
Oh.
They're like, yeah, he's not gay.
I tell you what I like about them on first dates.
What?
That they're so like straightforward and they take it. Like when when
This is all gay people.
no, just the ones on first dates.
All right.
Now most of the ones I seen, I think they come across really well. It's just like, I think we'll just be friends, and they're like, yeah, no, I was thinking the same, and like they always seem to be, where like when it's a fella and a girl, it's very hard to know
to navigate those
whether they like
waters.
or not, and then some of them are like really insulted when they say no, and then they just seem to be either to read each other or know how things are going better. I don't know.
What I've always found funny, not funny, but interesting on the first dates one with gays meeting up is they always know each other because the community is so small.
Oh yeah, that's happened.
Yeah. They all like. I think I've always seen they walk in and go, "Oh, I know him."
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I suppose
So
like
there's a small community.
in
there.
terms of gay bars, there's only I don't know exactly, but there would only be a few in Dublin.
Yeah, and the further you
So-
go outside of Dublin, probably the less and less of a scene there
Oh,
is.
yeah.
I presume so. Yeah.
So
But what are your thoughts on women only nightclub? It's let me just say who this is. It's Lick Events. Are going to set up a strictly. Oh, I just spilled my coffee.
Oh no,
A
A
coffee everywhere.
strictly no. I got so excited. Strictly no men nightclub in Dublin after the success of a similar nightclub in the UK.
what would be the reasoning behind it?
That's what I want to ask you. What do you think?
It's a non-alcoholic bar still going.
There'd be the largest population of men standing outside the nightclub.
Just to let everybody know, Scotty is cleaning up his coffee that he
Yeah,
spilled.
if I had, sorry, Scott, if I knew where that paper was, I would have got it.
That's okay. It's all right. It's there.
The interface
Just
is
all-
not
why is all the
interfacing
sparks
anymore.
coming out of it?
So yeah, that's coming to Dublin. It'd be interesting. I don't know.
Like it's a full nightclub, like
is it-
music, dancing.
Yeah, well, I presume so. Yeah. Like, is it sexist to say no men are allowed?
I guarantee if there is there? No, I guarantee, I suppose, if there was a men-only nightclub,
Mm-hmm.
it would be.
But
Men
no-
wouldn't want it. Though.
No one would want to go to it. Yeah.
But what is the reason behind it? Is just so they can go out and not
Safety.
be hit on. And
Safety,
stuff?
I presume.
yeah,
Yeah. Like you can go to a nightclub and just not be
Just have
hassled.
fun, yeah.
Go have a good time.
But what happens
Which
then
is fair.
if there's ones that kind of are into girls there and are hitting on girls? That's okay.
I presume so. It's
Or is it a no hitting? no, that's not wrong.
I don't know what
not no hitting.
It'd
but
be a
no hit
general.
on.
The vibe would be a little bit different, I'd imagine, without the testosterone beating about the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, in my experience of not drinking when you're out, that there are some idiots.
There are some weird. Yeah.
Oh,
I've been
That's
to
probably
a-
the nicest way to say it.
Been to a
Yeah,
nightclub
yeah.
there, and there's
Absolutely.
some. Yeah, you'd be embarrassed for the male race
Yeah.
on some occasions.
You can see them. It's literally like hunting. You can see them walking
Yeah.
about the place, looking and different breed.
Don't
Those
give
lads
up.
Yeah.
altogether. Speaking of a different breed of lad, this is my last one. Then, and I'll move on. Actually, will I just go on to the Tinder stuff? I'm dragging out the news a little bit longer.
yeah.
I think.
You're hanging on. Now, I'd like to hear this last bit. Now, you
Okay.
started.
Okay.
You
Okay.
started-
My last
so
thing-
you have to finish.
Yeah, my last thing then. Speaking of bizarre lads, the church in Dublin had a live Jesus Christ and crucifix on Easter. Let me just get it right. Oh,
Le-
Jesus.
Like they hung a
Literally
real person
Jesus.
up.
As in, like,
Yeah.
they drilled nails in through his palms.
No, they just hung him up with rope. So a bizarre scene showing a man playing Jesus Christ on a cross in Dublin church went viral on Friday. It was posted on TikTok. He was dressed as Jesus and there was blood in his chest and stuff. There he is there. In a church. Oh, someone's a text me.
And to what end did they do this? Demonstration?
It was just
like a play, kind of.
Yeah, it was the way they put up the crucifix on
Oh.
Easter. I don't know, whatever day it is, Sunday.
Has he got a six
whatever.
pack?
No, I don't think so. He doesn't look.
That's not very Jesus.
Doesn't look very toned.
Jesus was always ripped.
But yeah,
it was
just
ripped,
interesting that they went for the live one as opposed to.
How long was he up there for?
Someone
It
does.
feels like I need to know more about this.
I can do more research and see how long he was up there, but I did see the clip when it went up, and I was shocked.
Did you ever see Jesus Christ
Initially.
Superstar?
No,
Oh, they're putting that on a minute.
right?
I've never seen it. But there's a
I thought
cross.
you were going to tell us a story that you've seen it.
No, there's a cross in the sports hall.
What a great
so
way to just talk about something else.
There must be a cross. I thought it was connected.
Just because of the same words doesn't mean they're
Have you ever been
connected.
to the Blue Man Group in Las Vegas? No, I was never there either. Just wondering.
The Blue Man Group, though.
Oh, that's the end of my news. So, Bertie,
They can take our lives. Go on, yeah.
what is our topic for today?
Well, because it was our half birthday, I thought we might just talk about our birthdays.
Okay, love it.
Yeah, I like
Or
that.
should we talk about our birthdays when it's actually our 1 year birthday.
My favourite half birthday was this one because it's the only one I've ever had.
But have you never heard of it? Like, loads of people say it.
Yeah,
You have heard of it.
I've heard
especially kids. I
young
suppose.
kids saying it because
Yeah.
they really want to be the next age.
Mm.
We're at the stage now where we don't want to be the next
Yeah,
age.
we don't say half anymore.
No. It's like I'm 2 years younger than
And
actually am.
then some people take a birthday week. Some people now take a birthday month. That's taken a little bit.
Yeah, it's a
Too
millennial
far,
thing, that, isn't it?
Mm.
I don't know,
You know.
birthday week.
Taking a week off. My favourite birthday growing up was always, and about 3 or 4 of them in a row, where I went to the Giraffe Fun Centre in Navan.
Giraffe.
Remember the
Fun
Giraffe Centre?
Yeah.
Good times.
Giraffe Fun Centre, Giraffe Play Centre. Giraffe Fun Centre?
Oh, I don't know actually.
I
I can't
don't
remember.
know.
It's a long time ago. Play Centre, I think.
Yeah, play
Play
giraffe.
Centre.
Play Centre.
Play
Giraffe
Centre.
Play Centre, yeah.
The Giraffe Centre. Maybe it was just the Giraffe
Maybe
Centre.
Giraffe Centre, yeah.
But
Oh.
yeah, a long corridor with some balls in the bottom of it, a big drop that you could jump into, some bouncy castles, and those cars that you could sit in and then control with your hands and go like this.
Yes.
Remember
good
that?
And
memories.
then like had an
Excellent.
elevated place where they had the birthday parties.
Yeah. You go up and have your piece of cake. I have a video from that. Now it's all
I
gone
was
now.
there a couple of times, alright. That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going to the Plex was always good for bowling. I do like bowling.
Either you gentlemen go to Mosney back in the day?
No.
I was only ever at Mosney once and it wasn't for my
Yeah, I
birthday.
was only
That
there
was-
once, yeah.
What was that for?
Going to Mosney?
Yeah.
Just in the summer. Like,
All right,
just
just
summer
going
holiday
to
or
Mosney. All
yeah,
right. All right.
it's like it was like a really, really, really bad version of Centre Fact. No?
Oh, that's another thing I was going to say. Centre Parks.
Yeah.
I was looking at the price of Centre Parks this summer. Now that we're out of like the pandemic, well, yeah. Now that coronavirus doesn't exist anymore,
Yeah.
and we can go traveling again, does it make sense to spend that amount of money on Centre Parks, even though it is quite good,
yeah, it's
apparently?
meant to be class.
And chance the fact that you might get a week of rain in Ireland for of that sort of price, or are we all heading abroad again?
It depends what you want to
Tricky
do. I suppose if I don't know how good Centre Parks is for just adults with no kids.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
actually.
then
I haven't been there. Have you been
if-
there?
No.
No, I haven't.
If
either,
if
so.
you want to go to a place like Centre Parks when it's sunny, it's probably going to be as dear, maybe
And
dearer. I
packed.
don't know.
Busy.
But if you're talking
Yeah.
about just going to like Fungarola or Malaga or some sunny place and just being there for the sun and the beach,
well, I guess
that's cheaper. Like,
I guess with the kids, I guess is what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
because you need stuff to do with kids, don't you?
My brother went with
Mhm.
his family and it pissed rain all
Yeah,
the week.
that's
But
the risk.
he'll say that he had a great time anyway
Right. Okay.
because they use zip lines and all that kind of stuff. It was in like everybody wore wet gear, so they were still able to do everything that, even though it wasn't sunny, but they could,
Yeah.
could still do.
There's like archery, there's swimming,
Yeah.
there's a lazy river.
all
Is-
that stuff you can still do when it rains.
Is that a necessity for you if you're booking a summer or a holiday in the summer? You need sun, or do you give it down
I need places to go.
Yeah.
out of the
It
country?
depends on the couple.
No, like when
Just
you
a
go
place
there,
to go.
because like I wouldn't be one for just sitting on the beach all day.
No, neither do I. No,
No.
no, no.
But, and that's the thing, you see, about like a couple, like your other half might only want to stay on the beach, whereas you're like an adventure person, you want to go mountain climbing.
Mm-hmm.
So it all depends on the couple.
Yeah, because any sunny place, like I remember we were in Malaga, and like there's like a crazy golf place, or miniature golf, whatever you call it. There's a zoo. There's a zoo in most places, like
Yeah.
where like I remember when we went with the lads to Crete, that was basically just like going to the pub or going for food, going back, chilling out at the pool, and then going out again that night or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Where I wouldn't really be into that anymore. Like that's why I love Rome. Rome is fantastic. The amount of things to go see in Rome, like.
Have you been to Athens?
No, not yet. It's on the list.
I was planning a trip to Athens just before COVID hit. It was
Yeah,
planned
I'll
for when COVID was. I wasn't inviting you.
Oh,
I want to go.
Podcast over there, maybe?
yeah. Outdoor podcast.
We'd love to go, Scotty. Thanks.
Damn
very
it.
much.
I was planning to go by myself, and my original idea was because I was getting really big into
That's where
running.
the Olympics started.
Well, yeah, I was going to say that.
Yeah.
So it was the original marathon. So it was like from Marathon to Athens. I think it was, or was it the other way? No, it was Marathon to Athens, I think. And it's whatever a marathon is. And I was planning
26.1 miles.
there you go. And I was planning to go to Marathon and run from Marathon to Athens and do that run.
Oh.
And then go do loads of sightseeing around Athens because it's class.
Traveling on your own is meant to be pretty cool.
Yeah, I really want to do it. I never kind of had the bug for traveling.
I
And then I
like
just
I like
wanted to-
holiday travel, not like 4 or 5 weeks traveling around. If you get me, like,
You-
or leaving the country for like a year or whatever.
You wouldn't be into that.
No, but I
Oh.
love going on holidays. Like, it depends where you're going. Obviously, if you go to Australia, you're probably going to go for 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
That's okay. But like, I wouldn't go. Like, I don't think I'd go interrailing. Like, I prefer to go to the city for a few days, come back, save again, and go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because as I said, I really like Rome. Paris is nice too. Dusseldorf was really nice. Where else was I?
Are we just listing off nice places now?
Oh yeah,
Just list everywhere you go.
it's nice because
Paris is
like
nice.
Paris, yeah, Paris was nice.
Longford.
Longford is
Notre
okay.
Dame,
All the Fords.
Wax. Water.
yeah, Wexford was nice. Was in Fate Leg. No, not Fate Leg. Ferry Carrick. That's
Right.
in Wexford. That's a really nice hotel.
Huh.
They had a buffalo burger there. I don't know if it's still on the menu, but that was really nice.
Right.
Yeah, no, I need places to go. Like, as I said, Rome was probably one of my favourite places, but like New York was really good as well.
Is there no part of you that would just love to throw a backpack in your back and just go fucking walking about the place?
I wouldn't like myself either. no.
Really?
I get homesick.
No, like I'd
Yeah.
like
But
I'd like
since you've had kids, or would you
I'd
before?
send them on the back.
Sometimes I need a holiday for my kids, but like before you had kids, would you never have that urge
No.
to just go walking?
I never travelled until I met the wife.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
and he only had one pair of jeans and one pair of runners
And she's the one who made
and a
made
red
it.
Ferrari jacket.
They do.
That's all.
I remember that
My
jacket.
Ferrari jacket. I missed that so much. She hated that.
One
I
day it just went missing.
It
Yeah.
went missing. It went missing one day.
Yeah.
And
I had clothes like that too.
Yeah. But I loved that jacket. I might buy it again. That was a counterfeit jacket I got in Portugal or something like that. But yeah, I never went travelling until.
I like the idea of a camper, but then it's really expensive as well. You think like, oh, that's going to be cheaper. It's actually probably as expensive, if not more expensive than a hotel. Plus, you have all the added thing of like finding where you want to go or whatever.
Boats
Now,
and all
if
that
you
as
have
well.
your own camper, that's a little bit different. Like,
Oh, you
It's
mean
like
hiring a camper?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's
you know.
like 1,200, 1,300 euro. Like,
Yeah. I wouldn't mind buying a camper and then just going driving about the
yeah,
place.
that's different.
That's
if you
a
actually
plan.
have a camper, that makes more sense. Like,
Yeah.
then you can go whenever. Like,
Love
I-
one of those giant Winnebago yokes.
Oh yeah.
Savage.
In comfort. I've always had this thing where I just every so often I just want to pick up, like that's why I kind of took up running as well, just to kind of get away from everything and just walk away into the. I've got this fantasy of just walking into the sunset and not never coming back, but just fucking off for like 4 weeks and just
well, like I
just
said,
living.
like, I'd have no problem if there was a plan, like say to go do Route 66 or go through loads of states or whatever in America, and you're like, that's 4 weeks, save up and go do it.
Yeah.
Might be a once in a lifetime kind of thing you want to do, but like I wouldn't mind that. But that's to go with a plan, like if you know what I mean, like going for a reason, like.
But you'll always. Do you think you'll always live in Ireland? Do you always want to live in Ireland and
Yeah.
to die here?
Yeah.
We're getting deep now.
Yeah.
Well, not for a while. I want to make sure I get the money off the president for reaching 100.
Oh right.
How much do you get?
It's like 2,000 euros.
Ah, fuck it. I'll save that myself and fucking go to live in Spain.
Right. I'll
but-
save it up and then refuse it.
Sure, he'll be gone before I will anyway. You've no desire to go live in a different country.
No.
You will die here in Ireland. you
Yeah,
think?
but as I said, I'd like to go. So, like, I went a few places like 18, 19, 20, 21. Then the money wasn't great, and when you were working out of college, then I didn't go anywhere for ages. And then the year I turned 30, I said, no, I'm going to make sure the 30s I start knocking places off that I want to go.
Mm-hmm.
So like 30, 31, 32, 33, up until COVID hit or whatever, I went to New York, which I planned for ages. I went back to Rome again. It was actually nearly exactly 10 years. I was there in September 2009 and I went October 2019.
These sound like city breaks. Like
Like
city
4 or
breaks.
5 days or whatever.
Would you ever do like Machu Picchu or something like that? Something like, or the Amazon, that type of thing.
Yeah,
love to do
as I
Yeah.
said,
Yeah.
once there's a plan like that, you're going right. This is the 3 weeks. We're going to hit here. We're going to see that. I'd be like, yeah, grand. We'll do that. Like, but as in just kind of wandering and for 4 weeks to see where you'll end up. I need a plan. Like,
Oh, I'd love it. Just a bag and walk through Europe. Just head off that direction and see
well,
where you
Europe,
finish up.
Obviously, the interrail in Europe is ridiculously easy to go by train.
Yeah.
I think Ireland is probably the worst train place in Europe. Like,
We've got to realize though that Ireland is a small island.
Yeah,
We're
I
here
know.
Going, oh, would you like to travel and stuff like that? Ireland's tiny.
I know,
Like,
yeah.
we are just literally an island.
Yeah, but we had loads of the train network, and they closed them all. When
Oh
the
yeah,
cars
the
came.
train thing is a
Like
disaster.
we
in this
went to
country.
Scotland. Like you can basically go most places in Scotland via train. Like,
Yeah,
and we went from Edinburgh to Inverness in the train. Went through one of the national parks, and like the scenery and everything, and you get to see loads just looking out. It was 3 hours like on the train. Like
yeah.
Wow.
Inverness is nice. Well, Edinburgh's really nice as well.
We did this thing. I was talking to you about it in before we started in 2010, and we did like it was a 4-week tour of Europe, just like music tour.
Yeah.
And my biggest regret was that the bus would stop in a place and we'd go into a venue and we'd just sit around fucking doing music stuff.
Ah, you're younger than that.
All we did, like most of Europe, I didn't see a thing at all. Nothing. And it's one of my biggest regrets ever.
Yeah.
Not
That's
just
one
walking
thing
out.
with work. I travel a bit with work, and I've been to different countries at work, but I've never, like, I went to Milan for 2 days, didn't see Milan whatsoever. Like, I was just seeing industrial estates around the place, or I've been
It's
to
such a waste, isn't it?
Frankfurt and didn't get to go into the city. So yeah, and I have regrets, the same regrets. Like, I should have just went in, because I just went to a hotel and stayed the night.
Yeah.
I should have got a taxi in or something.
Just walk
on
around.
my own.
Because nearly everywhere there's something.
Yeah.
Once you look it up, like the top 5 things to see, there's them kind of list. Like as I said, Rome and that. But like, is it Lithuania? The Hill of Crosses is in Lithuania.
Hill of Cross is pretty cool.
I'd love to go see that.
What's that?
Travel around Lithuania. It's how do I explain it? It's a giant, massive, big hill, right?
Okay.
And it goes back a long time, a couple of maybe 100 years. But basically, what you do is you bring a cross and hang it. It was a graveyard, giant crosses.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody who visited brought a cross. So when you go to it, it's just like hills and hills of crosses, like little miniature crosses with Jesus on them.
Right.
And some of them have been there so long that all there is just little mini baby Jesuses, the metal part of the crosses, because the wood's all rotten.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's literally, you can't walk anywhere without walking on a cross. It's just crosses everywhere.
Christ.
Google it.
Literally Jesus Christ.
And
I'm going to look it up actually.
the Church of Bones in Czech Republic.
I haven't heard that one.
No.
So that they ran out of space in the graveyard, so they started making like decorations for the church out of the human bones. Like,
Oh wow.
yeah, I want to go there.
Hopefully they found the bones and not
Yeah,
not looked at people
I don't know the exact.
I
history
brought
of
the
it.
dog for a walk. Fucking tore the place apart.
measuring their skulls.
I know I'm probably too old, but I'd love to go to Lapland.
Oh jeez, that's amazing.
Never
Actually,
too old.
I'm looking at this.
Yeah. They do like a 3-day thing
Look at that. All the
for
crosses.
adults as well.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's amazing. You were there, were you?
Yeah, went there. Really cool.
Gee,
Lithuania is one of the most beautiful countries you can visit. Honestly, they all speak English.
Is it Catholic country?
Catholic,
Christian
yeah.
Catholic.
Yeah, they're Catholic. They all speak. Everybody speaks English over there. It's not busy at all, but their tour, like let's say their head city Vilnius.
Mm.
It's like a Milan or somewhere like that. Like it's all white, churches everywhere. There's old castles everywhere, and the streets are literally empty. Like there's nobody there, but the places you can do tour around is gorgeous.
Right.
So visit Lithuania.
Yeah, it's on my list definitely.
Lithuanian tourism board there.
Sponsored by Lithuanian Tourism Board.
I'd like to go to Bruges. Bruges is meant to be really nice as well.
Yeah. I saw a movie about Bruges actually.
And I have to meet to Amsterdam, yeah, either. Or The Hague. The Hague is in the Netherlands as well, isn't it?
The Hague is
Hague,
Belgium, I thought.
Oh, Belgium, is it?
Or is it?
I think it's Netherlands.
I don't know. I looked that one up.
Okay. And I want to go
Amsterdam's brilliant.
I want to go have a Danish in Denmark.
Amsterdam's great.
Again,
I was in Amsterdam, right in the city with work.
and didn't.
I don't know. I walked around the city that night,
I did some stuff.
but no, didn't do any stuff. But went for a walk around, all right, and had a look in a window or two. But yeah, it was quite interesting. That I'm going to Turkey next month. See how that is.
Get the hair done.
Yeah, what are you getting done? That's what I was going to ask you.
No, I'm not getting
Come
that
back
done.
with a
Well, you have
cap
hair
on
and
you.
you have a beard.
I have hair. I have beard.
You're all right. Get
I
the
could
teeth.
get the teeth done.
The
I
teeth?
suppose. Yeah, but
Yeah, I'm
no,
definitely
not
gonna get that done.
Going at work again.
Hector and Roscoe is going.
Are they?
Yeah, they're talking about it on.
He's
some
been on
other-
about that for a while now.
They were meant to go, and then your man got COVID, the doctor that they're dealing with.
All right.
And then it didn't seem right not to go to the person that you're always dealing with.
Yeah, that's
so
fair.
I guess that right. So they had to postpone it until the summer.
Let's do the OnlyFans.
I
and
see
then
you
we'll
had
play
a
an ad waffle.
7-page one.
I did.
Yeah.
That was an interesting one, that one.
Yeah, that was very long.
It's very, very long.
Yeah, I like the way you numbered them for me.
Did you read through it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I read the whole thing.
Jesus, chilling old story in fairness at the same time.
And then got good feedback about people actually liking the podcast, which is good.
Yeah, a lot of good feedback from the Tinderers.
Please give us feedback all the time.
But
guys.
what is the big news about Tinder, Scotty?
The big news about Tinder is apparently you're not allowed to be a podcast on Tinder and talk to people.
I was going to ask you, like, what was the ban for? Was it because so many messaging people or so many swipes, or was it literally they found out this is like a bot person that's not an actual person?
I presume it's a bit of that, and I'd say there was probably some people who were probably reported it as like advertising or something. Because technically we're saying the name of the podcast on it, so so unfortunately,
could you not put like own waffle hour in inverted commas, Scott?
Still, no, it's still, you have to be a person. So I was, as I say, telling Johnny,
Waffle.
I was in Mr. Waffle. I was in the middle of a lovely conversation with a girl called Sharon about my topic, which I'm going to talk about now.
Sharon.
And then I just got cut off. Everyone disappeared, and up on the front page of my Tinder it was, "You have been banned for life." I'm such a bad boy. But but the thing that I asked last week was Tinder during the pandemic.
Yeah.
How did Tinder change for the ladies and gentlemen during the pandemic, and what was different? How did you get around it and stuff?
Yeah.
So there was distinctly two camps of people. There was the people who did not give a shite about COVID, and they just went and did things as normal and met up with people and didn't give a damn. And then there was the other half then who did have their...
But there definitely had to be some people, if you went on a date, that usually you would have went for, the old kiss at the end, and you might think, oh, COVID,
Oh, yeah, well, that's the thing.
Then you give off an impression that you're not interested, even though you might have been interested.
This is how people kind of got around that whole dilemma. So... The thing that they started doing obviously were distanced dates. Once the 5 kilometer thing at the start, it was just like a pen pal service apparently, and then what came in was distance dates. So walking around the park like 2 meters apart and having a chat. One lady said that she would go to the park particularly just to look and see if she could see Tinder dates, and it was vastly apparent who was on a Tinder date and who wasn't. Yeah, because they were walking and just like it was really awkwardly walking together.
It's like when they put the long tables in first dates.
Yeah. Or in the Cayleys when the priest would walk in the middle and give you an old whip and tell you to be apart. But the other thing that came in, which I was talking, that girl Sharon brought up a good point, was sober dates. So this, because the pubs closed, sober dates were like a new enough thing. Usually if you go on a date, you'd have like a little tipple just to kind of chill the nerves, and you might have another one or two, and you wouldn't necessarily notice little things. Things would kind of go unnoticed. They might say something or they might do something, and you just kind of like brush it off a lot easier than if you were sober. If you're sober, you generally see everything.
That's true. And
what she said was that the sober first date is something that she was going to be keeping throughout as she goes forward on Tinder for the next little while, dating fellas, because it's a really efficient way to kind of be like, oh, well, yeah, no, I can see exactly who you are pretty much straight away. I'm not going to waste any more time. I'll give you two or three dates, and then that's it. Rather than kind of getting about 5 or 6 dates in and missing a load of red flags, and then eventually bringing them to dinner in the parents' house or something, and he says something stupid, and you're like, oh, I just wasted a load of time.
I think you definitely have to do the sober one.
Yeah.
As I said, that pub in Dublin, I don't know if it's still open. There's no alcohol in it. So you're going out, you're still in a nice environment.
It's still is it a pub?
Yeah, the Virgin Mary Bar.
Yeah,
really
right.
nice. Actually, I've been up there.
There you go.
Really nice. They
so
do like proper cocktails. You wouldn't
non-alcoholic cocktails and stuff.
So like at least you're still in like a casual environment, bar environment, but yet there's no alcohol.
Yeah.
Because like that, I don't know, like you get alcohol, maybe it's the more true you, but then you definitely have no filter. So it's hard to know which is better, to see a person that has a few drinks on them and hiding something if you're sober. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just
a bit of drink loosens the tongue a bit.
Yeah, definitely. I think I definitely need a little bit of a drink. I've done sober first dates. And there's definitely a lot more nerves involved in a sober first date.
Which is a more truer you, the drunk first date or the sober first dater?
Yeah, I'm a bit bipolar anyway. Okay. There's definitely two distinct different people in me.
Yeah.
So if I'm drinking, that's the performer tends to come out, and I'll be all fun. But then there's another side. The sober me is boring as hell. I'm really boring.
So
to hang
like
out with,
if you're going dating,
So-
then because obviously I never had any drunk dates, that is it better to the first date just to have a couple just to relax you,
just one,
and then
one.
maybe if it goes well you're thinking, oh, might go for a lunch or do something
at
the
our
next time,
age,
so you get
yeah.
both sides of it. Like
At our age, I'd imagine if you're on a date, 3 pints would probably be the max on a date, and sure you would be grand after 3 pints.
Oh, that'd send me over. I'm a small man. I'd be locked. Sure, do you remember?
Double Jack Daniels and Red Bull probably in the pint.
Was it Christmas? We were out in what was it, the pub? Marcy's in Trim.
Marcy's.
Sure.
oh yeah,
We
thanks.
sculled down the pints, to be honest.
I was 3 pints in and I was hammered.
Yeah.
And we
I
went.
tried walking to Kildalkey that night.
Did you? Well, yeah. I could have left home with my mother.
Oh.
That's how bad that
Oh,
was.
wow.
I was
full,
planning.
full circle there.
Yeah, I was planning to come in for a pint, and then Robbie put another one in front of me,
Yeah.
and then there was 3, and then it was like 7 and a
Lots of
whiskey at the
pints.
end of it.
Oh, the
Ridiculous.
whiskey came out.
Yeah,
Who bought that whiskey? Someone.
Robbie just fires whiskies out, and that was that. Sure, I went home
I
and
think you sculled them whiskies.
oh, I did, yeah. And I knew I was locked, and I was going all the way home in the car, sitting beside my mother, and I was just going, oh, please don't get sick with it. And she asked a question, and I was like, oh yeah, that's fine, yeah, really needing to puke. And I get in the door and sprayed my bathroom in my house, and then walked to Trim the next day to get my car.
Just give me a ring, dude. I would have brought you in.
No, but I was still drunk when I woke up. I was like, this is going to sober me up, and I need to do this.
Did you walk the train from my boy?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, me and Robbie had planned to go and do what's the Mountain of Mayo?
Mayo Mountain.
Patrick.
That's the one.
Patrick.
There was a waffle thing about that. To do
I've done
Patrick.
it many times.
The next day, that was our plan for the Sunday, and then sure the pints started flying. So that was my compromise the next morning.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, the Tinderers. I want to do just one little recall from the first one that we did. So a lady who shall remain nameless, she went on a date with a guy with dirty fingernails.
And the possible farmer.
The possible farmer, yeah, that lad. And she said she listened to the podcast, laughy face.
Excellent.
Very good. You're a good crack.
Oh, well,
That's
we
nice to
tried to
hear.
be.
Yeah. Well, once the podcast stops, we're dour old feckers.
Yeah. We don't even say goodbye to each other.
Yeah,
we
'cause
just
we
walk out the door.
We sober up then.
We sober up. Yeah.
I back the headphones on the table and just walk.
See you next week. And she said, oh, by the way, you can tell the lads, the fella with the dirty hands and clothes wasn't a farmer at all. So no excuse for him. There you go.
Oh, there
He
you
was
go.
not a farmer.
Maybe
What
he was
doing?
digging the greenhouse that day.
Yeah, put up a greenhouse.
Give the guy a chance.
No excuse. He was dumped in a second.
Okay.
The last thing then I just want to bring up on the Tinder, I won't go into the long one, I'll leave the long story for next week,
Yeah.
is having pictures of what is very clearly your ex in your photos.
Well, I think we said before that you probably should have just you in your photos.
Well, this is an example here. This is what people are doing. So they're putting up a picture and then they're putting an emoji over the other people in the picture.
Oh, that's not his actual face. Oh, I was like, that's probably a red
So
flag.
we're seeing a couple, a girl and her obviously boyfriend at the time. But did she put that clown face on his
Yeah,
face?
that's
That's
not
her,
really
yeah.
a friend kind of pose. Kind of. She probably thought, oh, I look well. This makes me look like I've been to the beach and stuff.
That's not really a friend pose. She's in
That's
quite
what I'm
close.
saying.
Oh, yeah. She's in very close there.
That's her Tinder profile.
No, I'm not going to do that. Do you want me to give out her name?
I don't know.
No,
That's her. That's
Yeah,
her
yeah.
Tinder profile.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
That's her main picture, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, she probably thought, oh, I look well in that, and nobody's going to like think that that's going to be anybody else. But that's a bit obvious that it
It's a bit
isn't it?
weird.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Because as I said, you shouldn't. What do we say? No selfies, no group photos, and then no photos with someone like that.
The group photos would drive you bananas.
Yeah.
Oh, they're and like
figure out.
just
in
constant group photos. And you
As
can't
in you're
figure
trying to figure out which one is which.
who. Yeah, trying to see who the constant person is in all of these
Yeah.
photos, like a game of feckin' Where's Wally. So that's a no as well. So there you go. That's my Tinder for this week. I'm not going to name and shame anyone, but that's my Tinder stories.
So there were no more Tinder stories, basically.
I
Or do we have enough to keep the ammunition going?
Oh, we've a few weeks of stuff to do, and I've found a bit of a workaround, which I'm not going to reveal just yet.
Oh yeah,
But
don't.
OnlyFans will live on.
OnlyFans.
Grinder. You downloaded Grinder.
No. There's plenty more websites, but there is a way around it that I've found, which will keep us in the loop.
And we'll put up your new logo.
Put that up on the Instagram.
Brilliant.
You'll see the lovely new logo. Will we play the waffle game?
Waffle game.
Yeah, waffle game.
Right. So
Scotty versus Johnny.
I decided I was going to do the intro one, but I'll do, and you can do little yees and has if
This
you
is
want
so
to.
exciting. Scotty has a guitar in his hand as you speak, and he is going to do a live version.
where
of
did
our
he get
waffle
that?
game.
It just appeared out of nowhere like magic. All right, hold on. It's that time, you know the name.
I'm so
It's
excited.
the reason you all came. Find the words that are the same. It's that time to play the waffle game.
Class.
I'm impressed you
Sure did,
remember
right?
the words.
This is brilliant.
I had to learn them on the way over. Because when you write something, especially when you write like a little jingle or something like that, you just write it and then you send it
Then
out
it's gone
there.
then,
yeah.
You don't actually know it at all.
Brilliant.
Waffle game. There you go.
Yeah, do you want me to
Okay.
time it?
Yeah, if
I'm gonna
you
get 5.
if you time it, that'd be great. I really do think you're going to get 5.
Let's go.
This is quite an easy one.
We
I
put a
think-
bun up for the prize.
Yeah, well, he can take one if he wants.
And we're not doing the things anymore. If I get one right, it's just you
No.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'll just tell you at the end whether you
Yeah,
got one.
because we stopped doing like any dings or anything because in case people played along.
Yeah.
Oh, Rocky was on one during the week,
Right.
and I only got 4. I was bitterly disappointed.
4. What? Only got 4.
Yeah, because it was like Rocky. I said
you're a
I
big
should
Rocky
know.
fan.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And the only one I didn't say was "Eye of the Tiger," the song. I got all the rest of them.
That's a great song. That's how I learned that I could sing. I was at a staff night out, and it was karaoke.
Why, did you not know before that?
No, I didn't have a clue that
So
I
you
could, I
just
could sing.
naturally had that voice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it just came out of nowhere. I did a karaoke and I started singing Eye of the Tiger, and I was like, oh, shit, I can actually do this. And then it was like people were looking at me going,
Show
people
off.
who can sing shouldn't be fucking up doing karaoke. Anyway, sorry.
Do you know what karaoke means?
No. Do you want to leave that for the shell bomb?
Okay.
Is it good
Yes.
enough?
Yeah, we'll do it. Go on.
All right, Johnny.
Mm.
When I finish the sentence, you
Yeah,
will
let me
have
know when to start.
Exciting.
30 seconds to guess
Mhm.
5 Olympic events. Go.
I don't even know one. Speed walking, javelin, high jump, tightrope,
It's circus you're thinking of.
running, shooting, skiing, ball throwing, hurdling, hurdles, sprinting, marathon.
Time's up.
Oh,
Jesus.
wow.
You can't really say running. I like you
No,
to be
no, no,
more
no, no.
specific. Actually, just
Oh, so would the 100 meters would have been one? Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Well, no.
Okay,
I would have given you that
Can I
if
just
that
cut,
was one of
cut
them.
across the result there for a second?
Yeah.
Did
Go
you
on.
see your man that got in trouble? Not in trouble, but like on TikTok, and he goes about how he hates all races.
What?
Yeah, and then it goes on to say
Oh.
like, the 400 meters. Like, I don't know how people do that. That's so funny.
Wasn't there a thing in Australia where a lad was like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm not having any of them coming into my." It was to do with estate agents,
Oh,
and he thought it was something else,
Oh.
or he thought it was estate agents, and it was like actually, people from Romania or something.
Oh,
He's like, "I'm not having any of them coming around here selling houses and blah blah blah." It's like the estate agents, All right,
Okay, so what was
Johnny-
the score?
you got 0.
What?
Oh,
So my events.
You said I would get 5.
hang on.
I
hang
thought
on, hang
you
on.
would.
Hang on, have another crack at it. Was like, because you said ball throw, so that's shot put.
Yeah, it is
100
shot put,
meters,
yeah.
Shot put, one
400
of them?
meters, javelin.
Do you want me to give you the ones that I have here, and then
Yes.
you can decide whether you actually got them or not?
Okay.
Yes.
So I've got fencing,
Oh.
That's construction. Go on.
fencing, boxing,
That's putting things into a box.
gymnastics,
That's tidying up the gym after.
swimming,
That's an Olympic sport, yeah.
and my last one was curling.
That's hairdressing. So
Uh,
how
now-
am I supposed to get them right
Now,
when you don't even get the questions?
I have something to say about that, right?
Right, go on.
So curling is Winter Olympics.
Oh, that's
so
fair.
when people say
That's fair.
Olympics, I would have just thought the normal Olympics.
To be honest, I said skiing. So it
Oh,
would
that's
have,
true. as well, yeah.
uh,
I was counting any type of Olympics, to
any
be
type
honest.
of Olympics would have been a good one.
So, did I
So
throw you
got-
off
so
then?
I got 0.
0, yeah.
You have to be more specific with gymnastics as well.
I was using
Where's the beam
gymnastics
or
as a
not?
broad term,
Just
and
in the hope you
just
get
so
it.
that you catch one of
The
them.
waffle game is an interesting one because you might be sitting at home there going, "Oh, why are you saying gymnastics?"
Yeah.
You just can't think of things.
No.
No.
Well, like
no.
that one with Rocky, like they actually named everything else in Rocky,
Yeah.
and they only got like 2. Like they were naming out all the characters. Knew a lot about Rocky, but just didn't get the because you only has 5 out of all the things that you could pick out of Rocky, like, is mad. Like, same
Yeah.
with the Olympics, like.
Yeah.
You know?
I can't believe hurtling wasn't one of them.
Hurtling.
Hurtling.
I know. I was
Jumping to
looking.
hurdles.
Yeah. I tried to pick not really obvious ones.
Next time, share the file with me.
I think we're just being
But
too
that's how it
critical
works.
when Scotty picks the topic.
Yeah, you are. You're tearing me apart.
Especially
the
if
last
we
few
lose.
weeks.
Especially if we lose.
Um,
You have every right to criticize our questions when you don't get any too.
I'm too nice for that.
Once you played the waffle game tune on the guitar, have you anything for shell bums?
No, shell bombs is just a sound.
Oh.
Do you want me to make do you want me just to make things for everything?
Yeah, on the spot. Let's go. What have you got?
No, I'm not doing that because I come up with something terrible.
Shell bomb.
Or something that I-
shell bomb.
You're my shell bomb.
Perfect.
Oh yeah,
There
okay.
you go. Yeah,
Slight
there we go.
copyright, but anyway. Okay, so do you want to do your shell bomb?
Well, people probably know it anyway. What karaoke is? It's a Japanese word
Right.
that means silent orchestra.
Karaoke.
Silent
sound
orchestra.
Japanese.
Yeah,
All right. Well, yeah, it's obviously it's an Asian thing, isn't it?
Sounds like
Yeah,
an
there you go.
ancient
Karaoke.
fighting.
they love it in
move.
like Chinese and stuff.
All right.
Karaoke.
Very good. Have you got any shell bombs?
No. No.
What about Eamon Ryan saying like to only don't use electricity between 5 and 7?
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
He's a bit of a dose, isn't he? And drive slower as well.
Oh.
Save fuel.
What an idiot.
Was that just a joke, or someone said that Eamon Ryan said, "Turn off the lights when you're having jiggy."
Oh,
Th-
maybe, I
Said,
don't
make
know.
sure you turn off the lights when you're having.
That's probably a
sex.
joke one, was it?
I'd imagine that was Waterford
And also
Whispers.
shower together to save water.
I like. Well, no, I don't want to do that. Jesus.
No, not sure. But is that chicken new, or is that chicken always there?
No, that chicken has always been there. One of the
that's
students from Poland brought that back.
Very nice.
Okay.
I've got two shell bombs.
Okay.
Oh,
The
I
first-
thought something else, but
The
go
first one isn't really a shell bomb. It's just quite interesting.
on. Okay.
It's impossible to hum while you hold your nose. Did you know that?
That's
So hum.
okay. You do now.
What's your favourite humming noise? Mine is
That's not a hum. You're opening your mouth. What humming is? And hold your nose. It's a nose activity.
Yeah.
All
'cause,
you silly people doing it
You
at
can
home.
go. You can go a little bit, but you feel like you're going to explode.
Yeah. So don't and hold your nose. The next one is
Humming and peeing.
be back in a jiffy. Do you know that term? Be back in a jiffy.
Yeah, it's called SIF now.
Well, okay, yeah. But you've heard of the term "I'll be back in a jiffy."
Yeah.
So a jiffy is actually a measurement of time. So it's a trillionth of a second, apparently, a jiffy.
Oh.
It was actually proposed unit of time, which was equal to the time it takes a light to travel 1 centimeter in a vacuum. So it's actually physically impossible to be back in a jiffy.
Oh. And
There
a
you go.
moment is 90 seconds.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
I don't know.
That's a shell bomb.
There you go.
I did
Mic
not
drop.
know that.
There you go.
That is one of the best shell bombs ever.
The JB Waffle